starting on Anuvaka number 8, Namas Somaya Cha. So this Anuvaka number 8, Namas Somaya Cha, has got 17 mantras. So last week I quoted to you the Shvetashvatara Upanishad. There are two ways to overcome all the dukkha. The simpler way is to know the nature of Shiva. You can know, you can get over dukkha. Or you should be capable of pulling the entire sky and then wearing it like a robe. So if you are able to do that, then you can do that. Or just know about Shiva, as the Shvetashvatara Upanishad says, Yada charmavadakasham veshtaishyanti manavaha tada shivam avidnyaya dukkhasyanto bhavishyati. That's where I left last week. So this mantra, Namas Somaya, what does it indicate? It indicates that Shiva has to be worshipped only with his consort Uma. So there is no worship of Shiva without worshipping Uma. So one important point whenever you go to the temple, so particularly when you go to the Tirtha Kshetras, there are two protocols that are usually used. One is you go and visit the main shrine. For example, you go to Shiva shrine. First you go to Shiva temple, and then you have got to go to the Devi temple and come back to the Shiva temple. So this protocol is used both in Shaivite and Vaishnavite methodology. Suppose you go to, let us say, our temple, or you go to, in India, you go to a Venkateshwara temple. So you visit Venkateshwara, then you must visit Padmavati and go back and visit Venkateshwara. Otherwise, visit Padmavati first, visit Venkateshwara. So that means without actually going and worshipping the Devi, you should not come back. That's why even in various temples in South India, if you go to, for example, Tanjore, or if you go to Madurai, for instance, you go to Meenakshi temple first and then go to Sundareshwara, and then you can leave. Or you see Sundareshwara, go and worship Meenakshi, come back and visit Sundareshwara and go back. So the idea is, without both the Devi and the Devata worshipping, you cannot come out. So Uma, Soma is parsed as Umaya Sahitaha. That means one who is along with Uma. So why choose this word Uma and not any other epithet of Gauri or Parvati? It is because you look at Uma, and then if you break that sound Uma, it has got Ukara, Makara and Akara. So by rearranging these three letters, it will become Akara, Ukara, Makara. So Akara, Ukara, Makara is Om. And Om is the sound, Om is the portal through which the unmanifest becomes manifest. So you need a doorway. So what is the doorway? The doorway is Omkara. Uma is synonymous with Omkara or Pranava. The authority is from the Linga Purana. It says Parashaktihi Pranavaha. So the Parashakti Parvati is actually Pranava. Umahi Pranavaha. Uma herself is Pranava also. And in the Panchaya, in the five parts, Sadyojata, the five parts of Shiva, Uma is the consort of Sadyojata. Sadyojata means immediately born. Currently, every single moment, Shiva manifests himself as Sadashiva with his consort Uma. And she is the Parabrahma Vidyadi Devata. Because even though Shiva is Ishana Sarva Vidyanam, is the one who is the Lord of all the Vidya, that Vidya is possible to transmit only because of this Parameshwara's Chit-Shakti. Chit-Shakti means what? It is the power of the mind, power of the intellect. So what is the power of the intellect of Shiva? power of the intellect of Shiva is Uma. And that is why Namas Somaya Cha is a very important mantra. So many of you who know the Lalita Sahasranama, there is a beautiful phrase that comes, Chit Shaktis Chetana Rupa Jada Shaktir Jadatmika. Chit Shaktis Chetana Rupa. That is, why do we need the Chit Shakti? Chit means in the awareness. Shakti means power. The power of the awareness, how does it manifest itself? It manifests itself in activity, in consciousness and awareness, isn't it? That awareness is none other than Shiva. Thus, Shiva is Parabrahman and he is adorned with the Brahma Vidya Adidevata, who is Uma. So as soon as you use the word Soma, what it means is Parabrahman expressing itself through the Brahma Vidya Adidevata. So that is how she becomes a Pratyaksha. So how does it become how does Soma become Pratyaksha? All of us are looking for Shiva to come before us as Pratyaksha. This can happen only by a series of inquiry. So what is the inquiry? The Shvetashvatara Upanishad says, how did the sages inquire? Brahmavadino vadanti. I want to know the absolute truth. What is the absolute truth I want to know? Kim karanam Brahma. Why is this entire creation happens? Why am I here? Kutasya jataha. How did I take birth? With that question inspiring them, they go into meditation. So when they went into meditation, te dhyana yoganugata apashyan. When they went into deep meditation, they discovered, what did they discover? Devatma shaktim swagunaihi nigudham. That Deva, Shiva, and the Atma Shakti, who is none other than Uma, is within oneself. Until such time you discover that Devatma Shakti within yourself, there is no Pratyaksha or Sakshatkara or manifestation of Shiva in our consciousness. And when he does, he will actually show himself to us as the god of religion, which is Soma, as the self of the Vedanta, which is Atman, as the energy of the entire universe called Shakti. So now, whether you say the entire world is spurred by Shakti, when you are purely in science, realm of science, or you are in the realm of Vedanta and say Atman, or when you are religious and you say that it is a Devata, all the three are synonymous. So that is where Uma, and therefore she presides over all the causes. If Shiva is the causeless cause, the presiding deity over the cause is Uma. Shiva Purana expands this for our understanding. Mumukshaya, that is so that I can get liberation. Pura kechit munayaha. In the olden days, some of the rishis. What kind of rishis? Brahmavadinaha. That means those who were dedicated to know about the Brahman. Samshayavishta manasaha. To know what is this Brahman with that question, vimrshanti yatha tatham. Now they analyze kim karanam. What is the cause for everything? Kuto jataha. Where are we going? Where is our life going? Jivama kenava vayam. For what purpose are we living? Why are we living and for what purpose we are living? Then they Dhyana Yoga, from Dhyana Yoga, they found this Ishwari Shakti. Shaktim Aishwarim. Te Dhyana Yoga Anugataha. Prapashyan, they saw Shaktim Aishwarim. So, until such time, we are able to discover that Ishwari Shakti, the worship of Uma has to take place. Therefore, there is Namasomaya. You can see the dramatization of this in the Kenopanishad. In Kenopanishad, there was a Yaksha who presents himself before all the gods. Since Dhyana Yoga was not there, since the need to discover the Ishwari Shakti was not there, for Agni and for Vayu, the Parabrahma Swarupa of Uma was not available. Whereas when Indra, he gets into this meditative mood, in that same place where the Yaksha was there, Tasminneva Akashe, Striyama Jagama, came this beautiful woman, Bahushobhamanam Haimavatim. This Uma presented herself. So, what is the subtext here? The subtext for us is, till such time that Shiva, with the Chit Shakti of Uma, presents herself before us, we have to continue to do the tapas. For that, even Kaivalya Upanishad talks about it. I think we studied Kaivalya Upanishad last summer. Uma Sahayam Parameshwaram Prabhum. With Uma, you have to imagine Shiva being there, who is Trilochanam with the three eyes, Neelakantham. I have already talked about Neelakantha in earlier what it means. Prashantam Dhyatva Munihi, having meditated upon this form, Munihi, the meditator, Gacchati Bhutayonim, he will go to the very root cause of the entire creation. And what does he find? Samasta Sakshim, one who is the witness of everything, and who is Tamasah Parastad, who is beyond all tamas. In this you may use a very beautiful dhyana shloka which acts as a commentary on this word Soma. Girisham, Ganesham, Gale Neelavarnam, Gavendra Rudham, Ganatita Rupam, Bhavam Bhaskaram, Bhasmana Bhushitangam, Bhavani Kalatram, Bhaje Panchavaktram. Girisham, one who is the Lord of the mountain. You may remember in another class I said Gira or Giri also means Veda. That is the Lord of the Veda. Who is the Lord of all the variety of beings, Ganesham. One whose throat is colored blue, Gale Neela Varnam. Gavendra Rudham. Gavendra means the bull, sitting on the bull. Ganatita Rupam, who manifests himself in countless forms, which we have seen in the last 7 Anuvakas. Bhavam Bhaskaram, the darkness of samsara, he dispels because he is the sun who has got that luster of knowledge. Bhasmana Bhushitangam, his body adorned with vibhuti. Bhavani Kalatram, the consort of Bhavani. Bhaje Panchavaktram, I worship this 5-faced Paramashiva. So this is the Soma. There is a lot of temple iconography. You can look at so many temples, and then this Shiva also especially manifests himself in 8 forms. That is 5 Panchabhuta forms. Then there is Surya, Chandra, and there is the Yajamana. Yajamana means one who performs the oblations. So there are 8 temples that are dedicated to these 8 forms. Just an indication, if you are going to India, these are the temples you can pick up and then visit them. Sharva is one of the names of Shiva, and it is the Bhumi or Prithvi. You will find that in Kanchipuram, and the name of Shiva there is Ekamreshwara, and the deity is Kamakshi. Then the second is Bhima. He is the Apolinga or Jala. It is in Tiruvannaikaval, whoever knows Tamil Nadu. It's also known as Jambukeshwara. It is in the present day Trichy, and there the Lord is Jambukeshwara and the Devi is Akhilandeshwari. Then the third one is Rudra, who is Agni Swarupa. He is in Tiruvannamalai, Arunachaleshwara and Apita Kuchamba. Then Ugra is the Vayulinga. He is in Kalahasti, Kalahasteshwara, and Jnanaprasunamba is the consort. Then Bhima is the Akashalinga, that is in Chidambaram. It is the consort is Shivakama Sundari. Then Pashupatinath in Nepal is the Yajamana, and there the consort is Parvati. Two more temples I was not able to really track down. One is that of Ishana. They say that it is the Konark Surya temple. We had been to Konark Surya temple a couple of years ago, but there is no Devi figure. Probably it is because the whole temple is ransacked both by nature as well as invaders. Then there is a Mahadeva, which is the Chandra temple. It seems there is a temple in West Bengal, and that temple is dedicated to Mahadeva. That also I was not able to find. So we may have to ask somebody who is from West Bengal whether they know about it. But the 5 Panchabhuta temples are very, very famous. 1 in Andhra and 4 in Tamil Nadu. So we'll continue much more.